Hey guys, it's Tom. It's a beautiful day out, so I decided to film this outside. It's a little cold and a little windy, but whatever. So Hidden Figures is out in theaters this weekend, and this movie tells the story of three African-American women, Katherine Goebel, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, working for NASA in 1961, and they are played by Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe respectively. These three women are incredibly smart, and when they have a chance to move on up in the space program, well, that creates some drama between them and the rest of NASA, because this is 1961, and this is a time when the United States was still segregated. And this was also a time where the space race was in full swing. Russia had just released a satellite and a man into space, so the United States was working on sending a man to orbit the Earth, which would become the famous John Glenn launch. And this movie tells the story of how these three women helped accomplish that mission, as well as the drama that went on behind the scenes with their other co-workers and everyone around them, really. The movie trailer and poster can be a bit misleading because while those three women are treated equally in both those medias, the film mainly focuses around Katherine Goebel, played incredibly by Taraji P. Henson. Now, in the past, I never thought much of Taraji P. Henson. I didn't think she was bad, I didn't think she was great, I was kind of indifferent on her. But in this movie, she gives an incredible performance and really made me take notice of her. And Janelle Monáe is on a roll this year with Moonlight and now this, and she's showing herself to be a pretty good actress. Both these women have fairly fleshed out characters, Katherine Goebel more than Mary Jackson, but they both do really well. Octavia Spencer is fine. She's not in the movie enough compared to the other two, but she does have some really funny lines, but we never learn anything about her character compared to the other two, especially Katherine Goebel. I think if you go into this movie kind of knowing that the movie's going to be more about Katherine Goebel than the other two, then you might appreciate it more than I did, because I went in just thinking this was going to be about all three, and that wasn't quite the case. One thing I think this film struggles with is its focus. I think the film wants us to care about all three of these women equally, but Katherine Goebel is shown the most, and it's not always clear what the focus of the film should be, and when the focus does shift, it could be a bit jarring. While it does shed some light on Mary Jackson and Dorothy Vaughan, it's not showcased as much as Katherine Goebel, and we get just little hints of what their characters are up to. Kevin Costner plays Al Harrison, the sort of overseer of NASA, and he's playing typical Kevin Costner. It's not bad, but he's very straight, very sincere, and you know, it works for his character. I don't think Kevin Costner can do bad in my book. The one actor that I was kind of going back and forth in the movie was Jim Parsons. He plays Paul Stafford, who is a man who's forced to work with Katherine Goebel, and of course, at first they don't really get along. Now, we all know Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory, and on that show, when his character is forced to work with someone that he doesn't particularly like, there it's played for comedy. Here, it's serious, and it just fell flat for me. I'm not saying they should have played it for comedy, but maybe I'm just spoiled on Jim Parsons, and I see him and I think comedy, but I don't know if he worked here. He's certainly not giving a bad performance, but throughout the movie, I was kind of going back and forth on him. For me, like I said, this is a very good movie with a good story, but it didn't grip me that much, and I think it's because the film has that hard time balancing its characters and focus. One thing this film definitely doesn't shy away from is the racism of 1961. The director, whose name I will put right here, does not shy away from that. You can clearly see blacks and whites separate, standing on street corners, on a bus. It's very, very clear. And I was the youngest person in my theater. The rest of the audience were older couples who had to have been at least 35, who more than likely either lived through this time or it was fairly recent to them, so they can definitely connect with that. And they were laughing and gasping and clapping at things, and it was kind of cool for me to see, and I think they're going to get more enjoyment out of this movie than I did. I think they'll really dig it, and younger people like me will appreciate it. It's got a really good story with a really good performance in the center from Taraji P. Henson. Some of the performances are kind of one note, Kevin Costner, Jim Parsons, and some of the characters that we should care about aren't given the proper screen time. Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, and the focus isn't all that clear. And for all that, I'm going to give Hidden Figures 3.5 out of 5 stars. So guys, thank you for watching my review of Hidden Figures. Now, if you have seen the movie, let me know what you thought of it down below. Are we going to agree? Are we going to disagree? Let's find out. If you guys liked it, then don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for watching. I'm Tom Urrutia.